Hey guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back! I'm not going anywhere! Beast! Peekaboo, I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available! The summer tour. The real shitty summer tour. It's the summer tour 2025. The album. Dad, shimmy, shimmy. If I was going to start a tour, I'd call it the Shimmy Shimmy Tour. The album, the tour, the launch, the CD, the vinyl edition, Shimmy Shimmy. Summer 2025. Rock on! Somebody in my video the other day said that doesn't sound like Rock on Gold Dust Woman because I sang something different. Okay, we're going to do a little medley here today. We're going to do, because this is a tour. This is the Peter Monn Shimmy Shimmy Tour. Here, you're getting a little preview of the Peter Monn Shimmy Shimmy Tour coming to you in 2025. Rock on gold dust, Rhiannon rings like a bell through the night, and wouldn't you love to love her? Players only love you when they're playing. Did I already sing Rock on Gold Dust Woman? What's another song I can sing? Yo, Janet, I'm about to get this. You want this, but do you really think that you... I don't have that many songs in my repertoire, you know what I mean? It's the end of the world as we know it. I feel fine. The last time I sang that, somebody said... Peter always jokes about getting all the words wrong in videos, because, you know, like, I'll sing, like, blinded by the light, had a douche, and now I'm ready for my date on Saturday night. Already the comments, okay? She's already typing. Girl. Hit the pause button of life, okay? She's already, Peter, I love you, but the actual lyrics are, I can Google too, okay? I can Google too, but the last time I sang the REM song, which I'm like, have been a huge fan of REM ever since I was in high school, somebody said, Peter said that he always gets the lyrics wrong, but then he just ripped off like the entire lyrics, just said every one of the lyrics from It's the End of the World as We Know It. It's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. That's great, it starts with an earthquake, birds and snakes and airplanes. Lenny Bruce is not afraid. I have the hurricane, listen to yourself, turn world, shake its own knees, come to me wrong, knees, speed it up in a notch, street, grunt, note, street, ladder starts to flatter with fear to fight, down, height. Wire in the fire with the city games and the government's for hire with the combat strike. It's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. Now, you might be asking yourself, why is Peter in such a good mood today? I'm in such a good mood today. I'll tell you why. Last night, I walked 2 hours and 6 minutes, and I started and finished a true crime book last night. And then I got a very long nap in, and then I watched my two new favorite shows, Elsbeth and Matlock. They're my new, you know you are truly old, okay? When your two new favorite shows are Elsbeth and Matlock. You know that, right? But anyway, hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? Oh my God, okay, so this is how this video came today, because I was like, should I do another Q&A? People seem kind of bored of those. Should I do another unpopular opinions? People seem kind of bored of those. I might get to some of those at the end of them. I have them all screenshot, so I might go in there and answer some of those in a second. I did bring out I brought out my old fan. Hi, how are you? Oh my God, I should use that as my thumbnail, because people are so tired of me going on every thumbnail. Look, here's going to be my new thumbnail. Hi. Hold on a second. Hi, how are you? Okay, so last night, I was like looking through, I rarely do this anymore, but I was like, okay, you gotta do something different, okay? Last time that Jeffree Star came out with his song, Hi, how are you? Beauty influencer place, dead. His lyrics. Those are some lyrics. Girl, you are a poet. You are tortured poet society. Anyway, I was going to talk about Taylor Swift a little bit in here too, wasn't I? So, my husband, he asked me last week, he was like, so we have a friend of ours, okay? I didn't even know it worked this way. But a friend of ours is like she and her daughter, okay, who I think her daughter's like 27 or something, but hey, listen, they're both like bigwigs. I don't know what that means, okay? I don't know, but they're like, I know people already out there are like, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. Taylor wouldn't want it to be that. I don't know, okay? I don't know. I don't know anything about the fandom of Taylor Swift. I like some of her songs. I don't know about all that, okay? But apparently, they're like in the fan club of Taylor Swift. Okay, so Taylor Swift I live in Indianapolis. She was in Indianapolis last weekend. So apparently after they do the setup, okay, of like the arena and stuff, then if there's extra room, they release new tickets, okay? So they did that because it was all sold out and everything like that. So my husband said, do you want to go see if we can get these tickets through his friend? Do you want to go see Taylor Swift next weekend? I said, sure, I'd love to see Taylor Swift. I mean, I had already heard about the ticket prices, okay? I mean, I don't know how much. I think I paid like $500 or $600 to go see Stevie Nicks, and we had like impeccable seats, okay? And that's a lot for me. I had paid no more than that. People pay these ridiculous prices for tickets. It's unreal, right? But anyway, I mean, if I was going to pay, listen, my husband said that the cheapest ticket last weekend that was still available was $3,600, okay? I'm like, said who? She do? $3,600? Okay, no, For $3,600, I better fucking sit on Stevie Nicks' lap, and she better sing to me with no microphone, okay? I'm telling you right now. And she better envelop us both in a shawl, and she better give me a hand-signed tambourine, okay? For $3,600 fucking dollars. I ain't paying $3,600 to see nobody, okay? And I will say this, okay, for all you parents out there, God love you. I feel so bad for you, okay? You know, I mean, when I was growing up, I just wanted a Cabbage Patch doll, and I think they were $25.99, and my mom didn't even want to stand in line at Toys R Us for that, okay? $25.99. Now you parents are having to put out $1,000. For already, you got to buy these iPhones that are $1,100 for your 8-year-old because you're so scared you got to track them all over the world. We didn't have them iPhones when I was growing up. We had the cord that reached around, a quarter in your pocket for a payphone, and the cord that wrapped around 4 rooms, okay? But now parents are expected to buy every gaming system in the world, or that means there's no Santa Claus, okay? And you got to get Taylor Swift tickets. I was at the pool. I think this was it this summer or last summer? And this mom was telling me, she's like, yeah, my daughter's like a huge Taylor Swift fan and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, you are? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, I was like, what are your favorites? I mean, she was giving me playlists and things like that, right? And the mom looked at me, and I can't remember how it went down, but she was like, she's really upset with me because I couldn't get tickets to Cincinnati or wherever she was at. I don't even know where she was at. And the girl looked, I mean, she mean-mugged her mother so bad. I was like, if I'd ever given a look like that at my mother, okay? My mother would have gone off, and my dad would have gone off for my mother, and they had been divorced since I was like, you know, they had been separated since I was like 5 or 6. I was never allowed to give my mother a look that, let alone over some Taylor Swift tickets. You children have lost your fucking mind. And you parents out there, you need to put your kids in check, okay? You need to put your kids in check. I'm just telling you right now, it's a good thing I don't have kids, because if my daughter looked at me and said, Dad, you're a bad dad if you don't get me Taylor Swift tickets, I'd be like, okay, well, I don't know what to tell you. I must be the worst dad in the entire world, because you ain't getting them. Not for $3,600, not for $1,000, not for $200, okay? Okay, I remember my friends standing in line for Social Distortion tickets. They stayed outside all night long. I don't even know that I don't even know how we got our parents to allow us to do that. Stood in line at Karma Records for Social Distortion tickets. I think the tickets were $10, okay? Now people are being bad parents because they ain't getting their kids tickets to Taylor Swift, and they ain't getting them iPhones and gaming systems and all this kind of shit. Listen, people want to ask me all the time, why you and your husband would make great dads? No, because this is where I draw the line, okay? You might get you, listen, okay, do they even make that construction paper anymore? You might get you a pad of construction paper and a packet of crayons, and you might call it a good day for Santa Claus, okay? I'm just telling you right now. And I'd start calling in March, calling up Santa Claus. Santa Claus, she ain't clean her room. Santa Claus, she ain't clean her room. I don't think you better bring them Taylor Swift tickets this year. What? No, we're not going to London to see Taylor Swift this year. I don't care. We live in Topeka, Kansas. No, we cannot make it to London for Taylor Swift. I don't care if that's someone place that she plays all as well. So I'm talking about this on my vlog, right? I'm talking about these tickets on vlog. And I'm like, you know, I like Taylor Swift. I wouldn't say I'm a Swiftie. I'd say I'm on my way there, but I wouldn't say I'm a Swiftie, you know? But I like some of her music. Now, I love that song, okay? That one song I relate to so much. You're on Your Own, Kid. I love that song. So I said that in my vlog, and somebody educated and schooled me, and they're like, it's so reminding me of back in the day, like talking about the Grateful Dead, okay? Which, it's so funny that In 2024, okay, Taylor Swift is the Grateful Dead of 1990. That is the truth. If you grew up listening to the Grateful Dead, you know what I'm talking about, okay? Because somebody commented on my video and they said, and hey, I appreciate it because I didn't know, but they said, Taylor has a set playlist and she only plays special songs at certain venues for certain reasons. So like she doesn't play You're on Your Own Kid at every, I don't know, don't come for me if this is, I'm just telling you what I was told, okay? And that she only plays it on special occasions for certain things. Well, back in the day, for the Grateful Dead, people are like, what does this have to do with James Charles? Who the fuck cares about James Charles, okay? We'll get to her in just a second, okay? Her and her purse on the train. No, she ain't never been on a train before she's filmed this music video. So anyway, okay? So it reminds me of back in the day because people would, I can remember people getting in arguments over this. They're supposed to be peaceful hippies, okay? And people would be like, well, when the Grateful Dead and Fish, it was the same thing with Fish too, you know, like they'd be like, oh, well, when Fish played Yellow Brick Road from Wizard of Oz and they played it into, you know, yada, yada, yada in Indianapolis, and somebody be like, Fish never played that in Indianapolis, they only played that at Red Rocks, and they only played it one time and they were laying on their back. Okay, let's get into an argument about it, okay? But it reminds me of that. Do you remember that back in the day when people would say like Grateful Dead and all kind of stuff, and then people get into fights and they'd say, they always end every show with, and we bid you good night. They did not finish the concert with Scarlet on the Mountain, okay? They just didn't, which if you don't know what Scarlet on the Mountain is, then you're not a true Deadhead like I am, okay? You just don't know. So anyway, Scarlet Mountain. So anyway, but it reminds me of those days back in the day. Do you remember that? You remember that? Okay. So I don't know, okay? But what I do know is that, did you hear about the tour that's coming next 2025? It's called the Real Shitty Tour, okay? For the Real Shitty Tour today, I brought out this lip balm, which I bought. It's not sponsored, okay? They would never sponsor this, and they definitely wouldn't sponsor it on my channel. But it's the Treat Beauty Unicorn Kisses Iridescent Color. Now, this is where about 50% of my video, they leave, okay? Because the last time I wore this, people were saying, oh, that looks like 1980s. Somebody said I was trying to look like Brittany Cartwright, you know, from Jax Taylor's, I guess it's his almost ex-wife from Vanderpump Rules and Now the Valley. So let me just show you. It looks like I ate a powdered donut. But I thought in favor of the Real Shitty Tour, I should bring out the Real Shitty Chapstick, okay? So here it is. The powdered donut lip gloss. See what one night of Elsbeth and Matlock can do for you too. Okay, and I know it's probably all gloopy. I don't even give a fuck. Okay, so anyway, for those of you that did not know, okay, I think that you should probably stop buying the Taylor Swift tickets, okay? Stop buying the Doja Cat tickets. Is she even on tour? I don't even know. I'm just trying to come up with a name. Stop buying the Harry Styles tickets. Stop buying the tickets, okay? Because you're going to want to save your you're going to want to save your money, okay? And what you're going to want to ask for Christmas, okay? It comes in a mystery box. It comes in a mystery box. And you get a plushie yak with it that holds your ticket, okay, for the Real Shitty Tour. The Real Shitty Tour is coming summer 2025, okay? And the Real Shitty Tour is Jeffree Star, James Charles, and JoJo Siwa. It's called the Real Shitty Tour, How to Support a Predator with your money, okay? Not just your view, but with your money as well. Oh, but those of you out there that bought the painted collection and you bought them bows and all that kind of stuff, you've been supporting Predators for a long time now, right? People have been asking me, they're like, what do you think about, I don't know that I can keep this lip gloss up, but we're going to try it. Okay, so people keep on asking me, what do you think about Jeffree Star going on? It's probably coming out today or tomorrow, so I'm going to have to watch that 3-hour podcast on that to it. That's about as broken as this fan is. But anyway, people keep on asking me, what do you think about Jeffree Star going on Trisha'S podcast? What do you think about that? What do I think? You want to know my complaints for the day? Well, here are my complaints for the day, okay? I was trying to film a video and the trash guys came too early, and so it was rolled out in the street, and I had to just sit here like this while the trash was collected. My other complaint for the day is it's too hot in our house since we got our furnace fixed, okay? My complaint for the day is that I've been walking my ass off for like the last week, okay? And I still ain't lost no weight. And I hardly have eaten anything, and I drank a lot of water, okay? Those are my complaints for the day. And the fact that I broke this fan, okay? My truths for the day are this, that I cannot wait till I get to watch Matlock and Elsbeth tonight. Oh, I did watch Survivor last night, too. I'm kind of over the Golden Bachelorette. I don't really care so much about that. She's gonna pick chalk. We already know that. Okay, I'm kind of over it already. Okay, like, anyway, but I got some shows. We watched The Housewives last night. My husband and I, we got caught up on New York. And did we watch Salt Lake City? I can't remember. But anyway, here are my truths. Do you want to know my truths about Jeffree Star? What do I think about Jeffree Star going on Trisha'S' podcast? Okay, I think that it's bullshit, is what I think, if you want to know. Okay? Like, this is really like I'm sitting here having a conversation with my one girlfriend on the phone. I have friends of mine that will call me up, and I'm not talking about YouTube friends. My friend, we'll just say who it is. My friend Valerie. My friend Valerie. She'll say, oh, I saw you made a video about Trisha'S or Jeffree Star or somebody. She goes, what's going on with Trisha'S? I'll go, Valerie, I do not have time to talk about it. Okay, I don't care. I don't care. I know that people think I'm so ate up with this. But even my friends that call me and ask me what I think about it, I'm like, watch my video. I said what I had to say in my video, okay? I don't have enough time to talk about it right now. We can talk about something else. Did you watch Matlock? Did you watch Elsbeth? But I don't care about this enough, okay? I think Trisha Paytas is having the most problematic people she can possibly have on her podcast to boost the views, okay? But then she never asks them the questions. Just like when Trisha Paytas goes on a podcast and she like gets front and center and they ask her like straight up a question and she just has this deer in the headlights look like, what, did they just really ask me that? Yeah, we really ask you that. This is why nobody ever wanted to sit across from me when I wanted to interview, because I ask all these people to interview if I could interview. Oh no, I'm not doing interviews. I don't do interviews. I don't want to bring up Dramageddon. I don't want to talk about this. I ask all these people to sit down and do interviews with me and they all refuse to do it. And you know why? You know why? Because they were afraid that I'd ask the real fucking questions. Trisha Paytas ain't going to ask the real questions. She ain't at all. They're going to get into a little bit of their disagreement. Jeffree Star's going to own a little bit in the capacity that he can. She'll own even less. And then they'll make up and be like, well, I feel really bad that it happened. Whatever. Girl. Seriously. It's all for views, okay? It's like I said in my video the other day. Have we seen a picture of Jeffree Star with Shane Dawson going to visit his kids? They're best friends, right? Jeffree Star has PJs and can fly all over the world. I don't think he has PJs anymore because he's been flying coach a lot. But, hey, listen, no shame in all that. You're the one that wanted to shove that down our throats. Like, that's kind of the weird thing, right? Like, Jeffree Star always wants to brag about, well, I always fly in PJs. Then all of a sudden he flies in coach, and people are calling him out for flying coach. And he's like, times are tough. Don't you know that? Oh, girl, now you choose to be relatable to your audience? When you were shoving down Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Louis, Fendi, Prada, down our throats, and that fucking vault clothing that you had, okay, that with all your bags and all that kind of shit, on and on and on, and you're saying all those vegan products, and you had crocodile bags and yaks that you were turning into jerky out on your patio, or out on your farm, but then you choose to fly coach, and people are like, well, this is interesting, it's not flying coach, you used to always fly PJs because you can't afford it anymore, because your shit's not selling anymore, and then you get upset about it? You do, girl? Oh, okay. Well, anyway, but his best friend, Shane Dawson, that he says is like a brother, but I haven't even seen him visit him, like in the last year, in California or Colorado. He hasn't been on the podcast yet, but that'll probably be the next podcast that he'll do, you know? Or do you think Shane Dawson will be pissed at his best friend because he went on Trisha Paytas' podcast? But they're all about views and stuff like that, so they don't really care, right? But anyway, so Trisha Paytas, her thing is, I'm going to do the most problematic people, so when I can throw them in my thumbnail, then I can get a lot of views and whatever, okay? And I don't think Trisha Paytas' podcast is bad. This is what makes me sad about it, right? Is that one of the things that I respected, okay, when I respect very little about Trisha Paytas these days, but one of the things that I actually respected about her was that she drew a line in the fucking sand, okay? It takes a lot to get to a certain point in your life. I think there are some people, I believe that forgiveness is for ourselves, okay? I believe that forgiveness is for ourselves. But y'all remember that scene from The Hills when, what's her face? I can't even remember now. Elsie, Lauren Conrad, and then what's the other girl? Heidi Montag. Heidi said, "Can you ever forgive me?" to Elsie. It's how that whole season ended. Do you remember? And Elsie looked at her and she said, "I can forgive you, but I'm never going to forget." Do you remember that scene? Okay, that's kind of how I feel about life. Like, I give people way too many chances, more than I probably should, okay? Because I still think that, oh, well, maybe they were just not in their right mind. Okay. Jeffree Star has notoriously proved that he is not a great person. Trisha Paytas has too. Let's not even act like that's not the case, right? But anyway, so you drew a line in the sand, broke up your friendship with Shane Dawson, who was supposedly one of your best friends, unless that was all fraud too, okay? Shane Dawson didn't even fight for you, girl, okay? He didn't even fight for you, your friendship of 10 plus years. Didn't even fight for you, okay? Jeffree Star's hairstylist says a bunch of misogynistic bullshit about you, okay? Puts you down about all kinds of things. About body shaming you, your skin, and on and on and on. You come out later and say a bunch of shit about Jeffree Star. Then years later, I mean just like a year ago, said a bunch more shit about Jeffree Star. Now you're going to have him on your podcast. This better be the podcast of the century. I want to see a cat fight, okay? And I definitely don't want to see any bullshit of like, well, girl, what James did. No, okay? You have had, on your podcast, Trisha Paytas, you have had James Charles defenders, even though you want to come for Colleen Ballinger, which I think is appropriate, and I think it's right, as you are a victim of Colleen Ballinger, and I also think what Colleen Ballinger did was extremely shitty. But you've also had James Charles defenders, like Tana Mojo, okay? That has said that she's going to unfollow him 100 times. She still hasn't, okay? You got Tana Mojo sitting there on your podcast. Now you got Jeffree Star going on Trisha Paytas' podcast for what, girl? Okay? For what? Because he's doing the podcast tour because he can't get it. He's irrelevant anymore. Hell, Tana and Brooke Schofield, they had him on his they had him on their canceled podcast, and afterwards were on a Patreon, and people on the Patreon were like, why is Jeffree Star there? Like, he is so problematic from her past. That's called read the room, okay? So, Trisha Paytas, for a podcast guest, is willing to sit down with somebody that took no accountability, okay? Like Hair by Jay said all this shit. Jeffree Star said, "Good morning to everybody." 2 weeks later, good morning, or a week later, "Good morning to everybody except for the guy that does my hair," insinuated he fired him. And 2 weeks later was in a picture with him doing his hair again, and it's still associated with Hair by Jay. Hair by Jay that came out with a pathetic apology to Trisha Paytas. But what I think is kind of missed in all that is that that wasn't just about Hair by Jay with Trisha Paytas. That's about how Hair by Jay talks about women, okay? That wasn't just about how Hair by Jay talked to Trisha Paytas. That's about how Hair by Jay talks about women. And in connection to that Jeffree Star is okay about one of the closest people. Jay's around him all the time. How one of the closest people that he is closest with speaks about women, okay? That's what I think about all that with Trisha Paytas. Furthermore, didn't Jeffree Star, he did because I covered it, just come out and say that he doesn't hang around liars and Michaela Nogueira is a liar? But you're going on Trisha Paytas' podcast as a guest when I think there are probably, I don't know, raise your hand if you think Trisha Paytas is a liar. I think there's a few people out there that think Trisha Paytas is, I think there's probably more than a few people that think Trisha Paytas is a liar. And Jeffree Star, you keep your finger on the pulse of what's going on online enough to know that you know that, okay? That, I mean, Michaela Nogueira has been called out for some lies. Trisha Paytas has been called out for some lies. A lot more, okay? So for you to come out and say, and this is where it's like he says, people always want to paint me the victim. No, I think that people want to paint you the fool is what they want to paint you, okay? Because your word has no meaning to it anymore, all right? This is why when you talk about Jeffree Star approved makeup, don't nobody care anymore, okay? Because your word means nothing. Because you get into TikTok and you go off on Michaela Nogueira and what you say is, I don't associate with liars, okay? But then you turn around and you go on Trisha Paytas' podcast when Trisha Paytas is known to be a liar, she's a known liar, okay? I mean, time and time again, and has never taken accountability for it. So what that shows is, you don't really care about liars, you just don't like Michaela Nogueira. That's the truth, okay? And I'm not saying that that's right, and I'm not saying that that's wrong. I'm not saying that Michaela Nogueira is a great person. I don't lie that she falsifies reviews and that she doesn't disclose sponsorships and things like that. But let's just be for real for 1 second, okay? Michaela Nogueira, standing next to Trisha Paytas, has not lied anywhere near on the level or about the most devastating things that Trisha Paytas has chosen to lie about for views and clicks, okay? And yet you say you don't deal with liars. No, Jeffree, what it is, and this is why your word has no relevancy anymore, nobody cares about what you have to say is, because what it shows is your inherent dislike for Michaela Nogueira. Guerra. And where does that come from? From the fact that she paid you no mind when you invited her out to your ranch to do a video, and she said, I don't want to do a video with Jeffree Star. He's too problematic. So who has you on your podcast? Another problematic person. So what do I think about the podcast is, you don't really care about liars. You just don't like Michaela Nogueira, okay? What would show that you're not a liar is if you just came out and said, I just don't like the bitch, okay? But you can't say that, right? You won't say that. But that would actually show how honest you were. I just don't like the bitch. I don't. Why don't you? I don't know. I just don't. I don't like her. There's a lot of people in this world I just don't like. For whatever reason. I try not to be that person. I try to be. I was talking to my friend the other day. You ever have somebody that did you wrong when you were like, I don't know, 16 or 17 years old? And all through your life, when you run into people that look like that person, you don't like that person from the jump, right? You'll like look at him and you'll go, fuck her. I don't like her. Why? I don't know. She looks like this bitch that I knew when I was 16 years old that used to hassle me, right? Used to call me names. I don't like her. Come out and just own it. Say, I don't like Michaela Nogueira. Why? Because she's getting more views than you on TikTok, or she's got more relevancy than you. People don't care about her lies, but they held you to the fire with yours. But people tried to villainize you. You have no credibility. This is where your credibility, Jeffree Star, goes down the toilet, okay? I was talking about this the other day in another video that I did. When people don't come out and correct their shit, okay, it shows, like, if there's like a blatant lie that you can prove and you don't come out and correct it or address it whatsoever, when it's on a huge level, right, it diminishes your credibility across the board, not just with that one issue. So the fact that 2 weeks ago you came out and you said Michaela Nogueira was a liar and you don't deal with that liar, you're not hanging out with liars anymore, and then you turn around and not only go on her podcast, but put it on your TikTok, put it on your Instagram that you're pulling into Trisha'S driveway and you can't wait. It looks like to me that you can't wait to hang out with a liar. So it's not really about the lying. It's about the fact that you got an issue with Michaela Nogueira. That's the issue. Well, what that shows is that you're bullshit, okay? And it shows that you have no credibility. Not just with the fact that you don't deal with liars, but across the board, you have no credibility, okay? That's what it really shows. And I think that's why you're losing favor with people. Because back in the day, at least, you could back up your word. Today, you couldn't. I think that this Trisha'S podcast, people want to know what I think about it. I think this Trisha'S podcast is going to get a lot of views for Trisha'S. I don't think it'll hurt her channel anymore because I think Trisha'S having problematic people, surrounding herself with problematic people or whatever, I think they'll side-eye her for having somebody, I think her fans will side-eye her for having somebody that treated her like shit on her podcast unless Jeffree Star takes total accountability. This is not a win-win, okay? This is, maybe I said that before, but this is a lose for Jeffree Star, okay? Because the fans that love Trisha'S, they're going to side-eye her for having him on there, but if he don't say the right thing, they aren't going to care about, they're going to defend Trisha. They're going to be pissed at Jeffree Star. It's going to get her a lot of views on her podcast, and I don't think it's going to help Jeffree Star at all, whatsoever. Because don't nobody care about stirring up the drama anymore. He could come on there and tell every secret about James Charles, and nobody would care, okay? And that's the truth. And Trisha knows that. And I've said for years and years and years, Trisha's smarter than people give her credit for. And Trisha knows this. Trisha knows having Jeffree Star on there ain't going to lose her any credibility. She don't really have any anyway, okay? And she don't really care. She knows. And Trisha's always been about the views and the clicks and having the most, outrageous person on her podcast. So no matter what Jeffree Star does on there, no matter if he apologizes to her in the most genuine, authentic way and says, I am so sorry for how I treated you in the past, she don't have to say a thing. She don't have to take no accountability or nothing. Even if he does that, people are still not going to like him that side with Trisha'S, okay? And if he don't say anything at all, it's going to make him look like shit. Look what happened with the Brooke Schofield, Tana Mojo thing. People are taking their side on that, right? And they're saying, when they fully knew that they were having Jeffree Star on there, that was a choice of theirs. But people are siding with Tana and Brooke over that. And saying Jeffree Star is the best. Girl, you're done. Jeffree Star, you might still be pulling views, but not Jeffree Star views at all. I mean, I'd be dying for the views that you get. But they're not Jeffree Star views. And I think you know that. And that's why you're doing this podcast tour. Because you're kind of done, girl. I mean, your music came out, fell flat. Your new palette, your anniversary release. I mean, it's like a bag of farts. It's all just a bag of farts, I mean, I said this years ago that Trisha'S was holding this redemption arc, and it was literally like a turd. And she thought it was, I mean, I think she should hand that redemption turd to you, Jeffree Star. Because I don't really think there's a way for you to turn your career around. I've watched this happen with other people, and people have said, oh, it's not true, Colleen Ballinger's career is not dead. Her career goes like this. There's going to be a day when she ain't getting no more than 10,000 views on her channel. Watch, okay? Jeffree Star's doing the same thing. This is where I say Trisha'S is smart, because Trisha'S knows what she's doing. But this isn't being shown on Jeffree's channel as well. This is being shown on Trisha'S. She's going to be the one that gets the views. She's going to be the one that gets paid in the Escalade, okay? This is only going to help her. And Trisha's been problematic. She's built her career on being problematic. So for her having somebody problematic on her channel, most people that watch Trisha don't care. They don't. That's the truth. It's only going to hurt Jeffree. And he's stupid for going on this podcast because he's going to go on the podcast and go, yes, girl, and Vegas, and I'm so sorry, and let me talk to you about my new music and my new man. And girl, don't nobody care about your music. Bag of farts. Don't nobody care about your new man because none of them are real anyway. Bag of farts. Girl, all you are is a bag of farts. Hot air. That's all you are, Jeffree Star, okay? And don't nobody care. And when I make this video today, ain't gonna get no views because nobody gonna care, okay? That's the truth. And I think that I am almost at the 30-minute mark. So let me stop this, and then I will come right back so that we can go right into James Charles' exciting music. Can't wait. Can't wait to get into this new song. So I was going through James Charles' stuff, right? Which I very rarely do anymore. And I saw that James Charles is coming out with a new song. It comes out tomorrow, I believe. And here is, right here. I'm not putting the receipts up there, not for this. Used to Love Me pre-save. And it's James Charles, and you can see it's him right here. And he's in a Jeep Wrangler. He's like, I think James Charles thinks that, like, when you sing, you have to do this, like, I'm trying to think of a song that I could sing, but like, you know, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. It's like so fucking weird. It's like, girl, back up, okay? I need a good space, like a foot away. And when I'm watching a music video or an Instagram and somebody's doing that and you're up in my face like that and we ain't got a good foot and I'm watching you through a computer screen or a phone screen, baby, you need to back up, okay? And your breath stinks on top of it, okay? And your song stinks too. Bag of farts. I don't know whose ass you've been eating. Jeffree Star's? Probably not. But anyway, his new song comes out. Used to Love Me, pre-save. I put on here, my new song. What is a pre-save? Is it like a pre-order? Or is that just like you save that on here or whatever? I don't want to hit the button because I don't want him having all my information, things like that. I don't know what that means. Oh my God. My new song comes out tomorrow night at midnight. Oh my God, really, girl? Like the Netflix shows. Oh my God, I'll be waiting up. Not. My new song comes out tomorrow night at midnight. Oh my God, he put a blue heart in here. Was that for me? Oh God, because you know blue heart's on our thing, right? It would mean the world if you pre-saved and listened when it comes out, blue heart. Is that for me, Peter? Was he saying it would mean the world to me if you pre-saved and listened when it comes out, Peter? Oh my God, is it to me? Okay. Reply back to this story when you do so I can say thank you and I love you. That's another way for him to hit up people in his DMs. You know, it's like I'm looking for my soulmate. What if my best friend is out there? It's all these ways, but he don't use his DMs for dating sites anymore. Okay, girl. Liar. So anyway, then I went in here and I looked, and here's his music video. Well, here it is. He's got it on his, what do you call it? Here it is. He's got it on his, I have to just kind of like, let me turn up my volume and we'll play it for you, okay? I'll show it to you. James Charles, hold on a second, pull him up, okay. So here he is, here's his new music video. Let's get right up on them facial movements. Got a little purse, a little Clutch purse from Claire's Boutique. And, hey girl. Hey girl, hey. Oh, crop top jean jacket. We're still doing that? Okay, I thought that was just for Coachella, but okay. Girl, hold on to your purse. What you got in there, girl? What you got, girl? You got condoms in there? Okay, probably not. Girl, you got lip gloss in there. Girl, what are you doing? Okay. Oh, really? On the L train, girl. I didn't see you put a token in there, girl. Oh, look at that. Okay, hey, girl. Is that Kris Jenner? Oh no, just his hair is. Just his hair is Kris Jenner. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. So I thought we would go in. I did this with Jeffree Star. So let's go in and I mean, girl, for real though, is that not the Kris Jenner hairdo? If I were any of these fools, I would like, I mean, if I had that kind of popularity, oh, baby, I'd be changing up my hair like this, okay? I mean, I would be changing up my hair all the time and reinventing myself. That's why I did the lip balm. But look, I don't know much about clothes, but my hair looks fierce. When you're this old, look, Andy Cohen's been having the same hairdo forever, and I can too. Okay, so anyway, but if I were James Charles, I'd be, first of all, I'd be changing up that hairdo. Okay. So I thought we would go in and we would read the lyrics from this song because I can't wait for it to come out. I'm going to be up 11:59, bitch, save, okay, and delete. So here is the song. It's called Used to Love Me. Did I though? I know I didn't. I don't think I did, but anyway. Okay, here's verse 1. Are you guys ready? I'm so excited about this. This reminds me of like back in the day with Glozell Green when she would read Kesha lyrics. I loved it so much. Okay, so we're going to read these. When you're out with your friends. Oh my God, I love that. Like when me and my friend Tanya Jean are like driving around and like, you know, drinking fountain pops and things like that, telling stories of the world. I do love that, being out with my friends, okay? Or like a music festival or like, you know, club or something like that. And you hear someone with the same name. Same name as who? Same name as me or same name as my ex? Well, I did share this story not too long ago. Did you guys watch that story on Netflix that with that guy that, his name was True Story, because he'd always say true story, true story. They were all in jail, and then they did that whole, like, it was a documentary. Did you guys watch it? It was so good. But the guy named True Story, he looked exactly like my ex that I used to date before I got sober. Oh my God, he was so fine. But like if True Story was like 30, okay? Like he looked so fine. But anyway, so every time I'd watch that guy, he'd be like, True Story. I was like, oh my God, it totally reminds me of my friend. And he and his partner passed away recently during the lockdown, and it just devastated me. But he was, oh God, so fun. And that True Story guy, he looked just like him. I'm not out very often when I think to myself, oh damn, somebody else called True Story. True Story. Okay, but maybe you, girl. Well, probably when you have as many exes as you do in your DMs, you probably do hear the same now. Junior. I mean, you probably do hear Junior a lot, don't you, girl? Okay. And when you hear someone, okay, it's when it's 2 a.m. and you're eating out? Eating who, girl? No. Oh, takeout on the J train. Well, you didn't show that on your music video that you were eating. You were swinging from a banister like you were a stripper in your house, girl. I didn't see you put the token in there for the, have you ever rid the J train? I always see you getting out of PJs and limos and things like that, girl. Is this another thing? Like, is this like Imagination Station? Is that what this is? That you're trying to act like, because remember when James Charles came out and said, like, I sometimes wonder, like, if this wasn't my life, and I had normal friends and whatever, and then everybody was like, yeah, you'd be, like, working 3 jobs trying to pay your bills like the rest of us. You wouldn't be worrying, like, would you and your friends be hanging out playing Roblox, okay, at 25 years old? That probably wouldn't be what you'd be worried about. You'd probably be wondering about how you're going to put a tank of gas in your car to go out with your friends, okay? So is this another, like, Imagination Station where you act like you're poor, but you're really not? Okay, with, like, a $10,000 purse clutch underneath your shoulder? Okay. Okay, girl. Okay, and you're eating takeout on the J train. When you watch that show, what show, girl? Elspeth? You watch Elspeth too, girl? I love that show. That you keep starting in the same place because you fall asleep before it's done. I don't, girl. I watch all my shows on my iPad. I cannot relate. Okay, I cannot relate. But you're talking about, like, you're talking about the kids, okay, like when they're laying in bed and they're flipping through the shows. Are you talking, okay, girl, I get it. Pre-chorus. Is pre-chorus kind of like, is that what you call pre-com, girl? Pre-chorus? Okay. I know that just grossed out a bunch of people, but I'm sorry. Listen, I'm giving it to you real, okay? So here's the pre-chorus. Here's the pre-com. Do you think of us? No, I never do, really, ever, actually, thank God. Does it take you back to another life? Girl, Have you ever had a boyfriend to have these memories with? Because you've never talked about a boyfriend. So are these just people that you hook up with online? Are you perpetually in your DMs on Grindr and things like that? We were intertwined till we came. Well, isn't that how it usually is, girl? Oh, no, because you usually do it online with people. It's not really in person. Okay, we were entwined till we came undone. I love that song. She's come undone. She never knew what she was looking for. Do you guys remember that song? Oh my God, I love that song so much. Who's that by? American? The Guess Who. Was that by the Guess Who? I love that song. But I'm feeling like if you were here tonight, you might what, girl? Each out on the J train. It's the J train, James Charles. Is that why you call it the J train? Girl, this is a dirty song. I'm not good at, like, that memory game where you have to match the 2 cards. I'm slow to this stuff. Okay, chorus. Remember why you used to love me, love me. Who, girl? People want to speculate. I think he writes this music that he never sells because the songs are so bad, okay? Just that people will speculate that, like, he really had a boyfriend, but he really didn't because we already know that. Because if he did, he would have shown him everywhere in the entire world. Remember... I'll just remember it. Remember how you told me when we were talking on the phone that one time, like years ago, that you wanted exactly what Jeffree Star had? You told me that. I said, James, it seems like you want exactly what Jeffree Star has. Like you want to date somebody that previously defined themselves as straight, like Nathan Schwann. You go, that's exactly what I want. Remember when you said that, girl, to me? Because I questioned that. That was before all the allegations and stuff came out. And I said, well, that's kind of a unique relationship with Jeffree and Nathan. And you go, well, if Jeffree can have it, I can too. Those were your almost exact words. That's kind of weird, isn't it? Do you remember that? Because I don't remember anybody saying they love you. Well, your fans that look past you being a predator and shit like that. But I don't remember how you used to, I thought it said, hold me when you went to the bathroom. But no, it said, remember how you used to hold me in the dark side of the morning? I feel like he's borrowing a lot of this from, remember that? What's that country music song by Crystal Gale? 3 o'clock in the morning. Na, 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 na. You remember that song? Do you remember that? That was a jam. What was that song? I got it right here. Hold on a second. Crystal Gale. We're going to look it up. Crystal Gale. Are you a Crystal Gale fan? Here it is, Crystal Gale right here. Certified Hits from 2001. Talking in your sleep. Okay, let's look up these lyrics and see if they do not align. Okay, they just stole lyrics from poor Crystal Gale. Talking in your sleep. Do you guys know who Crystal Gale is? She's the one that had the real long hair. My roommate, she used to say, you ever think she gets real drunk? Because she always fold her hair when she sat down. She just pees on her hair. Talking in your sleep. Lyrics. Okay, here it is. Crystal Gale. Oh, this says, this by the Romantics. No, we don't want the Crystal Gale lyrics. Crystal Gale! Come on, girl! Crystal Gale, here she is. Okay. 3 o'clock in the morning, and it looks like it's gonna be another sleepless night. I've been listening to your dreams and getting very low. Hi, how are you? Oh my God, whatever happened to Crystal Gale? She gone. I love her so much. Whatever happened to that Patsy Cline? Why don't she make no more records? Did you guys ever see that in the movie U-Turn? Remember why you used... Okay, hold me in the dark side of the morning. Hold me in the dark side. That's actually not a bad lyric if you wrote it, I will say. I don't mind that one. Now, the only thing I'm holding... Girl. Who's holding who, girl? No, don't tell us. We don't want to know. Because you might remember why you used to. Used to what, girl? You are the killer for run-on sentences and just stopping. No punctuation. Verse 2. When you wear that shirt, I bought you on the west... Girl, nobody wants to wear them clothes you buy them, okay? Nobody wants to wear them ashless chaps. I don't know what that shirt was. It's probably, girl, a good halter top. It says Misty with a horse and it's got fringe on it and shit like that. Listen, don't buy clothes for people. James Charles, that's probably why you can't find a boyfriend, okay? Because you buy him clothes. You are got the worst taste in the entire world. Don't be buying nobody clothes. I bought you on the west side. Girl, you ain't never been to the west side. West side. You never been to the west side, girl. Trust. And reuse all my punchlines. Girl, you are the joke, okay? You aren't the punchline, you're the joke. And when you're stuck on the 405 and making up imaginary lines of all the people passing by, where did you come up with this shit, girl? You've been listening to that. What's that one girl that you love so much? It talked about she never got her driver's license and then she did and she drove by that guy's house like a million times, which reminded me of this story, right? My mom had this friend of hers in high school. And, I'll share that story for another time. Anyway, but she was driving by her ex-boyfriend's house too many times. Olivia Rodriguez, you've been going to too many of her concerts or something, James. Do you think of us? No, I don't. Does it take you back to another life? Is this past life regression? Here. We were intertwined till we came undone. I can't. Remember why you used to love me, love me. Hey, how are you? Love me, love me, love me like you do. Love me like a rock. Remember how you used to care about me? No, girl. I don't think most people do. Remember, is this about Toddy Westbrook, girl? Is this about Toddy Westbrook? Oh my God, it's a love song about Toddy Westbrook. Wish somebody did write a love song about me. This guy that I used to date back in the day, his name was Todd. I always thought we'd end up together, but he wrote a song called St. Peter. He passed away, though. It was sad. I feel like everybody that I know kind of passed away. Hold me in the dark side of the morning. Hold on a second. I have to. 3 o'clock in the morning, and it looks like it's gonna be another sleepless night. Oh God, I love that song so much. If you guys don't know, it was in the 3rd episode of that show with Pedro Pascal. Do you guys remember? Because when I heard it, I was like, oh my God, I love that song. My mom used to sing Crystal Gale to me. That one that was about the gay couple that, all them zombie, creatures were trying to get him. Okay, where are we at? Okay. I never cared about you, James. Okay, nobody else did either. You've been alone, jerking it online, apparently. Okay, dipping into people's DMs, and I feel for you. Okay, if you hadn't done so much fucked up shit, you might have a partner. I'm just saying. Okay, maybe not looking for love in all the wrong places. Boot, Scoot, and Boogie too. I don't know. Let's just add all the country songs in there. You should have come out with a country song, girl. You could have been the new Beyonce or Patti Loveless. I tried to. Why that cracked me up so much? Okay. I tried to hate you, but I only hate that we changed. Is this about Jeffree Star, girl? You do? You feel bad about you and Jeffree Star? Did you used to drink Red Bulls and eat each other's asses? That's why your breath stinks, girl. Okay. I'm still reliving these memories. Girl, you are. Okay, burning your pallets in the driveways together, you and Jeffree. Do you do the same? I don't, girl. I don't relive those memories at all. You used to love me. Ooh. You used to care. That's kind of catchy, though, isn't it? You used to love me like a rock. 3 o'clock in the morning. There are so many people that are laughing their asses off right now, and other people are like, what the fuck is going on right now, okay? Hold me in the dark side of the morning. Okay. Love, love me. Girl, okay. This is bad. This is really, really bad. This is bad. I didn't know you spent enough time in New York City. Okay. I thought you were doing non-disclosed sponsorships in your bathroom of skincare routines. I didn't know you were riding the J train. I don't think anybody's been riding the J train, okay? I think somebody might have taken the J tunnel once or twice, but probably not thrice. I think somebody might have taken the J tunnel, but I don't think anybody's been riding the J train, if you get what I'm saying. And I'm talking about trains here, okay? I'm really talking about trains. And I don't think anybody's run or ridden that train. Girl, I don't know. I got to get off this. That song is bad, okay? It is bad, okay? Like Glozell Green said about the Kesha song back in the day, I think you need to call AAA meetings or something, because this is bad. I don't know if you wrote this in a haze of glory or what was going on, but anyway. But I know that the Real Shitty Tour, the Real Shitty Tour of 2025 is coming, and you can get it in your mystery box this Christmas. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.